Children, let us continue the chapter sound. Now let us discuss about amplitude, time period and frequency. Now what is vibration? You know that vibration is a oscillatory motion. It is an oscillatory motion. What is oscillatory motion? To and fro motion of an object is known as oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is defined as the to and fro motion of the body about its fixed position. This oscillatory motion is a type of periodic motion. Then what are the examples of oscillatory motion? Oscillatory motions are vibrating strings, swinging of the swing, etc. Examples of oscillatory motion are vibrating strings, swinging of the swing, etc. So this vibration is also oscillatory motion. And also you learnt about the oscillatory motion and the time period in your previous classes. Now you write that what is vibration? The to and fro motion of an object is known as vibration. So write to and fro motion of an object is known as vibration. And vibration is a oscillatory motion. This vibration is also called oscillatory motion. Vibration is an oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion. You know that oscillatory motion can be termed as the repeated motion in which an object repeats the same movement over and over. So this vibration is also repeated motion in which an object repeats the same movement over and over. In the absence of friction, the oscillatory motion would continue forever. But in the real world, the system eventually settles into equilibrium. Amplitude, time period, frequency, these are the characteristic of the important properties of vibration. So there are also the important properties of sound. You know what is frequency? What is frequency? The number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. The number of oscillations per second is called the frequency of oscillation. So you know the frequency is expressed in hertz. So write about the frequency. So you write frequency. What is frequency? The number of oscillations per second. Number of oscillations per second is called frequency of oscillation. Number of oscillations per second is called frequency of oscillation. The frequency is expressed in terms of hertz. So you write that frequency is expressed in terms of hertz. And what is the symbol of hertz? symbol of hertz is symbol of hertz is Hz, and frequency of 1 hertz. So 1 hertz equals what? 1 oscillation per second. 1 hertz equals 1 oscillation per second, and 10 hertz equals 10 oscillations per second, and 20 hertz means 20 oscillations per second. So here 1 hertz means 1 oscillation per second, 10 hertz means 10 oscillations per second, 20 hertz means 20 oscillations per second. So you can recognize many familiar sounds without seeing the objects producing them. How is it possible? You know that sounds must be different to enable you to recognize them. You know that different persons are producing different voice. Here human sound is different from the animal sounds. If the frequency of the sound changes, then the sound also different. So as the frequency changes, the sound also changes, and sound is having one more property, that is amplitude. See, amplitude and frequency are the two important properties of any sound. Amplitude and frequency are two important properties of any sound. So we can differentiate sounds on the basis of their amplitude and frequencies. As the frequency and amplitude changes, the sound also changes. So we can differentiate sounds on the basis of their amplitude and frequency. Therefore we can say that nature of sound depends upon its frequency and amplitude. Then what is amplitude? Then you write, what is amplitude? The amplitude of a sound wave can be defined as the loudness or the amount of maximum displacement of vibrating particles of the medium from their mean position when the sound is produced. So write, the amplitude of sound wave can be the amplitude of sound wave can be defined as the loudness or the amount of maximum displacement of amount of maximum displacement of vibrating particles of vibrating particles of vibrating particles from their equilibrium position, from their mean position, from their mean position when the sound is produced. When the sound is produced. So what is amplitude? The amplitude of sound wave can be defined as the loudness or the amount of maximum displacement of vibrating particles from their mean position when the sound is produced. So we can differentiate the sounds on the basis of their amplitude and frequencies. The loudness of sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibration producing the sound. Children, now let us discuss about the loudness and pitch of a sound. So you do an activity. Take a metallic tumbler. Take a metallic tumbler and a tablespoon. Take a tablespoon. Strike the tablespoon gently at the brim of the tumbler. Strike the tablespoon gently at the brim of the tumbler. Hear the sound produced. Now bang the spoon on the tumbler and hear the sound produced again. Is there any difference? You know that the sound louder when the tumbler is struck hard. Now suspend a small thermocol ball touching the rim of the tumbler. Vibrate the tumbler by striking it. See how far the ball is displaced. The displacement of the ball is measure of the amplitude of vibration of the tumbler. Now strike the tumbler gently and then a little harder. Compare the amplitude of vibration of the tumbler in two cases. So here what you have to do? Here you take a thread and hang the thermocol, and first you strike the edge of the tumbler lightly and touch the thermocol to the vibrating tumbler and see the displacement of this thermocol ball, and again strike harder. Then you find the displacement of the thermocol ball. Here what happens? As the hardness of striking increases, the thermocol ball vibrates more, means the amplitude of the vibration increases. Here, as the hardness of striking increases, the vibration of the thermocol ball also increases, and that means amplitude of this vibration increases. So as the amplitude increases, the sound's hardness also increases. As the increase in the amplitude, the loudness of the sound also increases. So you can say that loudness of sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibration producing the sound. As the hardness of the sound increases, the amplitude increases. As the amplitude increases, the loudness of the sound increases. So the loudness of sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibration producing the sound. So you can conclude that loudness of a sound depends upon amplitude. Take loudness of a sound. depends upon its amplitude. So as the amplitude increases, loudness also increases. In what way it increases? So you read, loudness of a sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude. Square of the amplitude. The square of the amplitude of the vibration producing sound. For example, if the amplitude becomes twice, the loudness increases by a factor of 4. Here you write that loudness is directly proportional to what? Square of amplitude. Square of amplitude. And if it increases to, so you write, if amplitude increases to the loudness of sound increases by 4. If the amplitude increases to, its loudness increases by 4. And let us clarify about the amplitude. So if it is an equilibrium position, so you take it is an mean position. Then if the wave is like this way, you know that this displacement, these are all called amplitude. And from here to here we can take, that is one oscillation. Again if you take this one, this is 2 oscillations. Here 2 oscillations. And frequency means number of oscillations per second. So if the waves are like this way, here number of oscillations per second is more. If the waves are like this way, the number of oscillations per second is less here. Here the frequency is less, here the frequency is more, as the number of oscillation is more in this case it is less. So the nature of this sound depends upon the amplitude and also its frequency. And what is the unit of the loudness? So you take unit of loudness. Unit of loudness. The loudness is expressed in a unit called decibel. So right, loudness is expressed in terms of decibel. In terms of decibel, shortly you can write dB. The loudness is, here you can write, that is dB. And the loudness of normal breathing. So you take some examples. Example, you take loudness of normal breathing. Normal breathing is 10 dB. So you can write capital B here, 10 dB. And loudness of soft whispering. Soft whisper that is 30 dB, 30 decibel. 30 decibel. And normal conversation. Loudness of normal conversation, that is 60 dB. Fourth one, you take loudness of busy topic. Loudness of busy traffic is 70 dB. And loudness of average factory. So you take loudness of average factory, that is 80 decibel. This way you can give some example. And the sound above 80 decibel becomes the noise because it is physically painful. So you compare the sound of a baby with that of an adult. What is the difference between the sound of a baby and the sound of an adult? So even though they are equally loud, but they differ in some way. There is a lot of difference between the sound of a baby and sound of an adult. That is, the pitch of the two sounds are different. So let us come to the word pitch. Pitch or shrillness. Pitch or shrillness. Then what is pitch? Pitch is nothing but a shrillness. It is the sharpness of the sound. So you can say that the frequency determines the shrillness or pitch of a sound. If the frequency of vibration is higher, we say that sound is having higher pitch. If the frequency of vibration is lower, we can say that the sound has a lower pitch. And you can give some example. Drum vibrates with low frequency as it produces low pitch sound. So you can take the example of drum for low pitch sound. Here drum vibrates with a low frequency. Here see the number of vibrations per second. So here this is a sound of low frequency. Therefore it produces a low pitch sound. Therefore it is a low pitched sound. The sound produced by the drum is the low pitched sound. And if you consider the sound produced by the whistle, whistle has a high frequency, so it produces a sound of high pitch. So So here see the frequency, number of vibrations per second is more. So here the frequency is more, therefore the pitch is also high. As the frequency increases, the pitch of the sound increases. A bird makes a high pitched sound and lion makes a low pitched sound. That is, lion makes a low pitched roar and bird makes a high pitched sound. The roar of a lion is very loud because its amplitude is more and frequency is less, and the bird makes a sound which is with the high frequency but low amplitude, so it is quite feeble. The sound of the bird is quite feeble. The frequency of the bird sound is having high frequency but low amplitude. You can say that the frequency of the voice of a child is higher than that of an adult, and the voice of a woman has higher frequency than that of a man. But the loudness of man is more than the loudness of the voice of the woman. So the woman voice is having lesser amplitude and greater frequency, higher frequency. Human voice is having higher frequency and lower or lesser amplitude, but the man sound is having higher amplitude and lesser frequency. So you write pitch or shrillness of a sound depends upon its frequency. Depends upon its frequency. If the frequency of vibration is higher, then the sound is having higher pitch. So you write, as the frequency increases, shrillness or pitch of the sound also increases. Pitch of the sound also increases. So here give an example. Sound produced by the drum. Sound produced by the drum is having low pitch because of its low frequency. Low frequency. And sound produced by a whistle. Sound produced by a whistle is having high pitch because of its high frequency. High frequency. Similarly, so sound produced by sound produced by whistle is of higher pitch because of its higher frequency. Because of its higher frequency. And also you can say that sound produced by bird is of higher pitch and the roar of lion is of lower pitch because the frequency of the sound produced by bird is higher than the frequency of the roar of lion. You must know that. Every day you hear the voices of children and adults whose voice is having higher pitch, that you can make out that child sound is having higher pitch and adult sound is having lower pitch. So you write the frequency of the voice of a child is higher than the frequency of an adult. Right? Frequency of the voice of a child is higher than the frequency of an adult. Frequency of an adult, therefore voice of a child is of higher pitch. Voice of a child is of higher pitch than the voice of an adult.